We have the keys to a 2022 Porsche Panamera GTS Sport Turismo, and we're gonna take it out for a drive for a mile and give you our impressions. The owner of this Panamera reached out to us to ask if we'd like to drive it for a couple reasons. One, it is not a stock Panamera GTS, and two, you could actually be driving this if you live in the Washington, D.C., Virginia, and Maryland area because it is a Turo rental, if you can believe that. If you go to Christian's Garage, LLC on Turo, that's where you can rent this Panamera GTS. What has been done to the car? Well, first off, you can see that the wheels are not stock. They are stock sizes, but they are Ferrada wheels. But putting the power to the ground through those wheels is a twin-turbo 4-liter V8 that now makes 800 horsepower to the wheels, verified by a dyno. That was done with a muffler delete, the downpipe, and as well as an ECU tune to increase the boost and other parameters. Also a tune on the PDK transmission, so I've been told that it shifts more aggressively and faster and should be a more involving drive. And we always thought PDK was a great transmission stock, but I'm really interested to see what it feels like when it has a tune to it. The interior is that stunning red interior. It's mostly stock. In the back, in the hatch area, is a aftermarket subwoofer that should make listening to music much more enjoyable. And so with that, it's time to take this for a drive for a 1 mile review.
Be sure to log into your YouTube account, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. Best of all, it's free to do so.
Okay, yeah, that muffler delete is with the downpipe. That makes this thing loud. So that little beep you're hearing right now, there's a radar detector. So if you're renting this in Virginia, you might want to have the owner disable it. And right now, it feels like a regular Panamera GTS. Pretty soft, not too bad. Now I'm in automatic mode. Oh my, yeah, that is fast. Wow. So it feels like a stock Panamera GTS, but the power is a lot more than that, and you can feel it when you get on the throttle. I'm gonna put it into manual, because why not? Do a little downshift there. Oh yeah, there's some of the pops and bangs. We're in third gear. That is some pops and bangs right there. And now Sport Plus. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. I love this car already. Despite having the lowered suspension module, it actually rides pretty much like you would expect a Panamera GTS to ride. It doesn't really feel different. I guess they haven't changed the spring rate, so you know, it's just a lowering module for the air springs that are stock. Yeah, this is a great mod, as long as you know you're not getting any suspension codes or dash codes, which I'm not. This is what I would do to my own Panamera GTS if I owned one. Oh man, I love PDK. I'm pretty amazed actually at how stock this feels when you're not all the way on the throttle. It's just the exhaust modifications that have really changed the character of this car. I'm gonna have to try a full throttle upshift. Oh yeah, that transmission shifts way harder than stock. If you remember the Lamborghini Aventador when it first came out, it had like not a dual clutch, it was a single clutch semi-automatic manual with some, I forget what it was called, but it was designed not to be smooth, but to be aggressive so that every time you shifted, it would give you a kick in the back. And that's what this PDK shifting tune does, is makes it, oh my gosh, I ran into the rev limiter. Holy crap, that is so quick. Oh yeah. So I think if I owned a Panamera GTS, I would probably do all the mods that Christian's done. Maybe the exhaust is a bit loud. Wouldn't want it quite that loud because it attracts so much attention, I feel like. But I would do an exhaust mod because this engine sounds great. I love how the car looks, and it doesn't seem to give up ride quality when you do the lowering module. And the PDK shift programming is still perfectly fine. You know, it's only when you put it into Sport or Sport Plus, it seems like, where it's gonna give you those really extra hard shifts. But around town automatic like we are right now, it acts like a normal PDK transmission. Christian could probably hear me from about a half mile away when I first got onto the throttle and all those pops and bangs were happening, and wow, this is a loud car. Man, this is one of those cars where I would love to spend some time on a back road, because even though it has 800 horsepower, you gotta remember Panameras, at least the GTS model or anything but the base model, has all-wheel drive. So you can put the power down pretty easily, actually. Yeah, this is one of those cars, again, I feel like every time we do a 1 mile review, a mile isn't quite enough for most cars, and this is one of them. But on to the ratings. So, car show. It's a black Panamera Sport Turismo. It's a beautiful car, but it looks fairly stock except for the wheels and it being lowered, and it might actually take pretty observant eye for somebody to really notice. That being said, you arrive to a car show and you can hear that exhaust and the pops and bangs, and there's gonna be a little bit of a spectacle, I think, as people, you know, crane their necks trying to find where did that sound come from. It's a Panamera 4-door, doesn't really stand out from the outside, it's kind of a stealth sleeper. So at a car show, man, I'm thinking this is gonna do like a 6 or a 6.5. Let's make it 6.5 for that. Daily driver, you're okay with the exhaust being a lot louder, or you just drive it like a normal person, you know, and not really getting onto the throttle? It's a very comfortable car and it feels almost like a stock Panamera GTS. There's not much different, and just normal speeds, cruising on a little back road and an automatic on your way to work or in traffic. I can't see this being an uncomfortable car. We'll dock a few points just for, or a little bit just for that exhaust, but I still think that this is a solid 8 for daily driver. This will do even better on a road trip because it's a Panamera wagon, and some of the things you might not like to deal with in a daily drive, such as the exhaust, or potentially the fuel consumption, making you fill up on your way to work a couple times per week. I think road trip, this would be a better suited car. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 because you can fit people back there, 2 people, or you know, your car seat like we have in this car. It's got plenty of storage space in the hatch, and you'll be in supreme comfort if you're in one of the front seats. For fun factor, this is a fun car. This is something I would like to spend more time driving, and I'm betting that I would have more fun the more I drove it. You gotta be really careful with power such as this. I can feel greatness is there. Might be the most fun Panamera I've driven. 8.5 for fun factor. This is just such a fun car, and it's scoring really high, but it's just absurd, you know, 800 horsepower in a Panamera GTS with an interior like this, with an exhaust like that, and with the lowered suspension. What a fun car. So 8.5. And that's it for our 1 mile review. If you like this video, please give the video a like. We'd love to hear your comments. Did I get anything right or wrong? Do you have your own opinion? Let us know. And if you like content like this, please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss an upload. Thanks again, until next time.